Alright guys, so we liked the video on the 2023 and 2024 Honda Pioneer 700-4. We went through the trim levels. We're going to do the same thing on the 2023 Honda Pioneer 1000-5. Alright, so the 2024 has not released yet, so we're going to focus on the 2023, and we're really just walking through the trim models. I'm going to do a separate video comparing the 700-4 and the 1000-5, but this video is just to say, hey, if you're thinking about buying one of these, what trim level should you get? Where's the sweet spot? Okay, so to start out, it's an awesome machine. If you have the money, I'd go ahead and buy it. The difference is on the 1000cc machine, I would probably focus on the base model instead of getting the deluxe, which is where the sweet spot was on the 700. So let's look at why. First of all, here's the sales pitch. It's a 1000cc machine. Honda's been making 1000cc machines forever. It's got the cool quick flip seats, just like the 700-4. I think it's about 3 inches wider, 2 or 3 inches wider, so they're saying it's a 5-seater versus a 3-seater, meaning they'll let you sit 3 across up front. But it's a great machine. What I don't like is the price. It's pricey. We can compare that to the 700, but that is the only reason I don't have a 1000cc machine. Your base MSRP on this is $18,899. The base MSRP on this guy, so the one I got is $14,899. So you're talking, you know, $3,000 more. When you add taxes and everything on top of that, everything just goes way up. So let's look at trims. And this is pretty silly. So you essentially have 3 trims. You have your base model, you have your deluxe, and then the Pioneer and the Forest the Trail and the Forest are exactly the same machine with different paint schemes. Same MSRP, same features, and we'll go through those in a second. So we're going to go through and show you the difference between the base model and the deluxe. And I did this same video on the 700s, but you're really not getting much here. Alright, on your base you're going to pay $18,899. On your deluxe you're going to pay $20,299. So a decent difference. You should be getting something for that price difference, okay? You're not. This special feature section is where Honda outlines what you're getting above the base. See what that is? You're getting 14-inch blacked out aluminum wheels versus the base model Steelies. You're also getting a couple different paint schemes. We can go back and show you that real quick. I guess that matters. Trims. So on your base, you're just going to get red or black. On your deluxe, you're going to get red. This neon green, I forget. It might be Krypton green, or the sweet flat desert earth. But let's go back and compare it. I'm going to show you. You're not getting, for your price difference, it's not worth it. So what's that? $1,400 more, somewhere in there, plus one. Yeah, I think you're about $1,400 more for wheels. They're both black wheels. You're just getting cooler ones. They have the same tires. So let's look at it. Honda's saying here's what you get: 14-inch blacked out aluminum wheels, same engine, same bore, stroke, compression. Valve train. This is the same valve train, even though it's not listed here. I think it's listed further down. They're both fuel injected. Okay, here. So these valve trains should match up. Unicam, single overhead cam, unicam, single overhead cam. Drivetrain, exact same thing. Drive line, exact same thing. Your suspension, same exact travel. Rear suspension, same exact travel. Front brakes, rear brakes, exactly the same. Exactly the same tires. So you get fancier wheels, but you're paying $1,400 for them. Everything else is exactly the same. This, I don't know, you have a 0.2 difference on width. I don't know if those wheels stick out, if they have a bigger center cap, because it's not reflected in a bumper, so I don't know why there's the difference there or here. Again, maybe that's a difference with the wheel, but realistically, it's actually shorter. Maybe the wheels are heavier, but they're aluminum, so who knows? Why is it shorter? Same wheelbase, same capacities, everything's the same. 8 pounds heavier. Why 8 pounds heavier? Aluminum wheels should be lighter. Krypton green. There's your fancy Krypton green. So if you bought a red deluxe and a red Pioneer and a red base model, same exact machine, same exact color, different wheels, and you pay $1,400 more. Same warranty, all the same. All right. So is that worth it? No, absolutely not. Go buy aftermarket wheels if you want them. Go buy a vinyl wrap, like I said in my other video, if you want to change the color. Now, you could argue that here you're getting, on the base model, you're getting black plastic doors, and on the deluxe model, you're getting body match doors. Again, if you want to split hairs and if you have the money, go for it. I just don't think it's worth it. So we're going to X out of here and show you what you get with the trail. And then we'll compare the trail and forest, even though I'm pretty sure they're identical. All right, so here, again, look at all the different features you have. You get a 4,500 pound winch that comes stock mounted from the factory. You get black aluminum wheels with high contrast cutouts, which you see right there. They are higher contrast. You get Fox suspension, which there's something to be said for that. You get a rear view mirror, which you can add that pretty cheap. You get a front interior light. You could add that pretty cheap. Most important difference, you get this intelligent four-wheel drive. Okay, do I think that's worth it? No, I don't. So let's go through these features line by line, and you're paying significantly different. So you're paying, call it $18,900 versus $22,300. So 1 is going to bring you up to 9. Let me do the mental math real quick. So that's 100, 18. So $3,400 more. You could make the case that this is a better jump. I would not get the deluxe no matter what, but you could make the case if you really like these features, you could jump to the trail or the forest. But let's look at them. Your 4,500 pound Warn winch, as I showed you in my other video, you can get that really cheap. Let's see how fast I can get it. So there's a UTV ATV winch that's probably the exact same one. So it's 450 bucks. 420 bucks from Cabela's. You could get an off-brand even cheaper. So, okay, call that 450 bucks. Your black aluminum wheels, that's personal preference. I think you could probably get different aftermarket wheels if that was important. Your Fox suspension, you could add Fox suspension to the Pioneer, but it's going to take some wrench time. So I think that's worth something. Your rear view mirror, that's nothing. Okay, call it 30 to 60 bucks for a good rear view mirror. That's not worth it. Your front interior light, these have switch knockouts, so you could add as many lights as you want. You could add LED light strips, you could add rock crawler pods all on the inside. It's probably a $5 fixture and a 50-cent bulb. Your intelligent four-wheel drive is what makes the big difference here. So that is like a traction control, just like you have in most all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive trucks and SUVs. I have not personally driven it, so maybe I should shut my mouth. But my thought is, when you get stuck in a truck, the first thing you do is turn off traction control, because you know better than the computer in most instances. Is it going to make things smoother? Yeah, but I don't. Somebody commented on one of my other videos that they didn't get the trail or the forest because they did not want the i4-wheel drive. So we can read about that in a second and see what it means, but essentially think of it as traction control. I don't know that that would entice me to buy. It's an expensive feature. You couldn't really add it realistically to the deluxe or the base model. So if you'd like that, okay, you got the point. I think you can make the call there, but I would not actively seek it out. It's the same thing with power windows and bells and whistles and touch screens. It's more stuff to go wrong. And this isn't a vehicle that you're taking on the road, down the highway, 50 miles, commute each day. You're bashing these things. They're out in the weather. They're getting mud. They're getting dust thrown up on them. It's one more thing to go wrong. I don't know how they work. I don't know what the electronics look like. But in my mind, I'd rather have a manually selected front differential lock, manually selectable four-wheel drive, and not have the intelligent computer-run four-wheel drive in an off-road vehicle. That's my 2 cents. If you said, I really like that, okay, the i4-wheel drive, the Fox shocks, and the winch, maybe you get to the price differential. I would not buy it. Let's X this out, and we're going to put in the Forest. Like I said, I want to show you, I think it's just paint scheme, because they're the exact same price. Alright, so this is versus base. 45, 45, you get the winch. You get black aluminum wheels, so you're getting your deluxe wheels back here. Rear bed light and front interior light. Well, my 704 Deluxe has a rear bed light, so that's not that exciting. They both get your front interior lights. You do get a bigger front bumper on the Forest, just like you do on the 700 Forest. You get this patented Honda Phantom camo, which I showed you on the other video. Go to Amazon, get 3M camo vinyl wrap. Make whatever camo pattern you want. You could mossy oak it out for 300 bucks. So don't let the camo pattern sell you. But they're essentially the same features. You got a bigger bumper, different pattern, 2 lights, which again, I know that my Pioneer 700 4 has a bed light in it, so you'd think they'd all have it. All the other specs are the same. Your Forest is probably going to weigh more because of the bumper, but it's pretty much the same machine. You got another 0.1 inches of travel. I don't know how they manage that. Could be a difference in wheels. 63. I'm looking for the weight. All your capacities are the same. 1793 versus 1777. So you're adding a little less than 20 pounds for that bumper. But again, what are you getting? If you want the 4-wheel drive, the intelligent 4-wheel drive, that's the only place to get it. Doesn't excite me. Look how rugged it is, look how cool it is. Oh man, if you wear camo, you gotta get the expensive one. If you're going hunting, you have to get the Phantom camo. Let's go to the i4-wheel drive. I think it shows us that somewhere. Oh, it also has dual clutches. This is another reason you should step up over the 700. It's got 6-speed dual clutch. And I complained about the 700 not having a 4th gear. You got 6 gears here, and you got a more powerful engine. Again, I'll do a quick video comparing the two. This is more about the trims. And if I were buying the 1000-5, I think I would go base model. There's no justification to pay $1,400 for wheels. The extra features it comes with here, I don't want half of them. I don't care about the interior light. I don't care about the winch. I don't want the i4-wheel drive. The rear view mirror I can get anywhere. The Fox shocks are really cool, but other than that, you're paying a lot more money. Here's your price differences for not a lot more features. Here's your i4-wheel drive blob. I'll read it out so you don't have to. Pioneer 1005 Trail and Forest showcase our exclusive i4-wheel drive system. Think I for intelligent. Wow, great marketing, Honda, because that's exactly what it is. An industry-first brake traction control system for side-by-sides. It simplifies operation, increases drivability, and optimizes traction. Does it really? Using proven advanced technology from Honda Automotive Division, which I trust, you get the benefits associated with a locked front differential and none of the downsides. That means it maintains front wheel traction even if one wheel wants to spin on ice, mud, or snow, or if it's in a hole. But at the same time, you get lighter steering, better tracking at high speeds, tighter turning, and reduced kickback associated with an unlocked front diff. So, what do you think? I don't know. Let's see what else they have. Parking interlock. It's a smart parking brake. How? Features a single push-pull cable that makes adjusting and servicing easy. I'm thrilled with the parking brake I have on the 700. The 99cc twin-cylinder engine. Look, Honda's been making liter engines, 1000cc engines for a long time. They're really good at it. 2,500 pound towing capacity. That's going to be 1,000 pounds more than the 700. It also has the same bed capacity. It's 1,000 pound bed capacity. The chassis, I'm sure it's great. So your advanced transmission, this is a selling point. It's a dual clutch advanced transmission. It senses how you drive and adapts. So the computer basically learns how you drive and it's going to adapt. It's going to make your shift smoother if you are a more conservative driver. If you're constantly flooring it out of the hole, it's going to make it shift a little snappier. So that's cool. Again, another thing to go wrong. Hopefully they've got that squared away. Comfort, 3-person contoured bench seat. Okay, again, this is 2 inches, maybe 3 inches wider than the 700. I think it's going to be a tight fit up front. You could fit 3 people there, but you're not going to want to go all day. LCD instruments, yeah, those are great. That's fine. Safety nets are a pain. Large diameter tubing, yeah, it has a great roll cage. Anything else we need to know? Disc brakes, okay. Self-load rear leveling suspension, that's kind of cool. Compromise nothing. I'd be anxious to see how that actually works. Is it really going to keep you level, or is it just going to support if you have the bed loaded down? Sophisticated chassis, I believe that. The tilt wheel, I thought that was a cool feature. I don't use it that much, but it's nice to have it. A cooler cabin, I doubt that. That's another complaint on the 700. It does get a little warm. I didn't notice it at first, but now that I've had it a while, if you're in there and it's a hot day, you notice that. 1,000-pound bed capacity, that's the same as the 700. They should have beefed that up by 500 pounds. More underseat storage, that's huge. There's no storage in the 704 unless you go to the Forest model. Under dash storage. So, okay, here's another difference that they don't call out in their trim model. Standard equipment on the Pioneer Deluxe, Trail, and Forest. It has an accessory under the dash. The base model is not going to come with that. They should have called that out in the trim comparison. That's important. Is it worth $1,400? No. Large cup holders. So that's across the board. Here's your winch. We can Google that winch, but I'm pretty sure it's the same one we already saw. Yep, 400 bucks. It's a $400 winch. Pre-wired for accessories. That's my point. They all have the switches there. So instead of paying Honda for their $5 dinky light that they're going to wire for you, put in crazy lights if that's what you want. 7 switches to do what you want. That's cool. Integrated LED bed lighting. Only on the Forest Edition. Okay, I think I know I have an LED on both sides in the 700. Maybe it's just on one, but still. Alright, you get more lights, 12-volt accessory socket, that's fine. Deluxe Trail and Forest all feature a 12 socket in the bed. So the base, again, they didn't call this out. The base is not going to have a 12-volt accessory in the bed. It will have it in the cab up front. Color match, that's what I mentioned that already. Sure, your intake is great, whatever. Dirtmaster tires, you can get whatever tires you want. 3 different wheel choices. Yeah, the Pioneer Deluxe and the Forest have the same 14-inch wheels. The wheels shouldn't be a selling factor. Electronic power steering is huge. All the models come with it. When you're going on the 700, you have to get a Deluxe to get electronic power steering, but all the 1000cc machines come with it. The turf mode is sweet. Again, this is sort of turning into a 700 versus 1000cc video. The turf mode I would like to have. Paddle shifting, I don't use it. 6-speed, this is sweet. That's why you should buy a 1000cc machine. And a high-low, that's awesome. If money were no object, I would get a 1000. I would get the 1000-5. If money were no object, I'd probably get the top of the line too, but I think the base model is going to do 99% of what you need. You're going to be happy with it. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll have another video coming out soon on the 700 versus the 1000cc if you're sort of stuck in trying to make the decision.